Hey there, y'all, and welcome to today's Daily Down and Dirty. My name is Fairlight. Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. All right, y'all, so the message today is about the sacred spiral of life. And like the first card is a spiral, which I'll show you in a minute, but then even the way they laid themselves out, it's like they're spiraling. So, starts out addressing some of the difficult energy. We've got the Ace of Swords reversed. And in this Ace of Swords, you see that her mind is spiraling. And, you know, upright, I love looking at this. And aces are opportunities. Reversed, we'll get into that in a minute, but aces are normally opportunities. So I like to look at the Ace of Swords as like living your truth, speaking your truth, really, you know, allowing your mind to expand. I love how this is. It's like there's this great spiraling up and an expansion of her mind. And then there's this great illumination, and whether it's the illumination coming in or it's the illumination coming out, either way, there's this great light, this great information that is expanding her mind. So when it's reversed, it's not that energy. So it can be some sort of closed-mindedness or confusion. And as we expand on what this is, like I said, they kind of form themselves in a spiral form. So the next three cards landed kind of like this. My hands just aren't quite big enough, but it was like this was reversed and then these were coming up like that. So it's just beautiful when they really mean the spiral. So what is spiraling up out of this reversed Ace of Swords? We've got the Five of Pentacles, which is poverty consciousness, abandonment wounds, left out in the cold, low self-worth, can't just leave it at one thing. Then we've got the Queen of Pentacles looking over at this Five of Pentacles. And then we've got the Page of Swords. And it feels like, you know, we're coming from this reverse spiral and then we're moving into a higher spiral. So I'll get to the rest of that, but it really feels like you are in an energy of contemplating your beliefs about yourself and your self-worth, and maybe really contemplating prosperity in general, poverty and prosperity, and shifting your focus to prosperity. But sometimes even when we shift into greater prosperity, then our belief systems have to emerge so that we understand what kind of subconscious belief systems are operating under the surface. So it really feels like that. There's some new ideas coming in with this Page of Swords. I love that there's all these light bulbs that are acting as balloons to help bridge her from, you know, one world to the next world, kind of a thing. So it does look like you are shifting paradigms, you are shifting consciousness. So whatever this Five of Pentacles represents, whatever's coming up for you, and often, you know, it appears in the physical realm, and it's a little bit scary to leave, you know, to leave your comfort zone and cross this bridge to the new energy so that you can embrace this energy. And isn't it silly that sometimes staying in this mindset, it holds us back, but it's some sort of security into its own, where we're proving ourselves or whatever, because sometimes we can sustain a life in this energy, but it's not the life that we know we truly deserve. And so it's reminded me of one of my most favorite books ever written. It's called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. If you've watched my channel, you've heard me talk about it. It was written in the 80s, and I love Louise Hay. Totally recommend that book. But anyway, she talks about like when you start affirming for abundance, for example, and you're really shifting your consciousness in that, then what will show up is the opposite of that. Like, you know, all of a sudden you'll lose your purse or your wallet, or you'll get some, you know, unexpected bill or something like that. It'll look like you're actually losing abundance as you're shifting your energy. But what's really happening is that your beliefs are surfacing for you to look at them so that you can clear them out as they show up. And, you know, it's not an easy process. Believe me, I fucking know. I'm still always ever in the process. But what I can say is that the more you value yourself, the more you will witness your ability to manifest according to how you truly value yourself and what you truly believe. And, you know, if you trust that your needs needs are always met. You'll find that they are, sometimes in their own divine timing. And that's part of this spiral also, is that the spiral represents the cyclical nature of life, and that includes time. And so when we're so rigidly confined to the clock and calendars, these little square boxes, it's very confining to our psyche. It's very confining to our sense of self, and it limits our feelings of freedom. And so again, we feel bound to paradigms that keep us in a poverty mindset, instead of illuminating ourselves, the light bulbs, illuminating ourselves to cultivate a reality that is aligned to our own divine timing and our own divine cycles. So that does feel like that's a big part of the process. So then we move over to, we've got the Four of Wands and the Five of Cups. So I feel like, and again, the way it came out, it's like it's unfolding this greater spiral. I just don't have big enough arms to show it to you. But I like that the Four of Wands comes first, and then there's this Five of Cups. And I feel like it demonstrates in that cyclical nature, in the process nature. And then even under this Four of Wands, we've got the Death Rebirth card reversed underneath that. So again, it speaks about a process. There's a need for patience. None of these cards are like one and done. None of these cards are like just again, one and done. It doesn't just happen and then it's over. A lot of times this energy is an ongoing spiral. It's an ongoing cycle. And sometimes we are crossing the threshold into new realities of abundance and success. And other times we are, we kind of lose our footing and we backslide. And then, because again, it surfaces that trauma, this sort of very real trauma underneath. And so even though it feels like we're backsliding, really it's just, it's really a process of alchemy where new higher vibrational frequencies come in. And our whole experience, is receiving these new higher vibrational frequencies. We could call them light codes. We could call them all kinds of things. And like alchemically, when this new higher vibrational frequency comes into your body, into your mind, in your energy field, then it's like it discovers the pockets of trauma that are hidden, locked away in our bodies, in our minds, and in our energy fields. And the two frequencies are not compatible with each other. And so the new rush of higher vibrational frequency starts to flush out these pockets of lower vibrational trauma, toxic patterns, belief systems, all that kind of stuff. And so it puts us into process of, processing our grief, processing our disappointments. And what I always want to say with the Five of Cups is honor the grief. Whatever comes up for you, honor it and work through it, recognizing the only way out is through. And if it takes you over, don't beat yourself up. Be loving with yourself. And when you can remember that you are processing, you are in a process, releasing older vibrational frequencies that are not compatible with the new threshold of energy that you've entered into, and then you can kind of work with the energy more. I swear it can't be emphasized enough to go to nature. Nature is the great recalibrator. Go to nature. That's what I need to do too. And recognize that it's a death rebirth process. And when you're in this reversed, it just feels like the transition is taking a lot longer. And that death phase can happen right alongside the rebirth phase. So be gentle with the process, and then underneath that, I just want to say you've got the Star card also. So there's some sort of great illumination of your own divine truth. Then we come to the Ace of Cups and the Two of Wands. Again, aces are opportunities. So I do kind of like how, even though we had this Ace of Swords reversed initially, again, aces are opportunities. And so when you get out of your head and you get into your heart and allow yourself to be emotionally fulfilled, and there's been a lot of emphasis on getting out of your head and really being present in your body. There's something about really physically inhabiting our body, really establishing connection with all that's around us in the moment is really the key to our fulfillment. And then the whole world is our oyster. Then we can look out the window and we can dream of where in the world do we want to go? What in the world do we want to experience or create? And it's all open to you. You've got a lot opening for you. Just open your heart. All right, peace and love until next time.